in 2022, I've decided that I want to read more fantasy books. Even though in 2021 and 2020, I read a lot of fantasy. In 2022, I want to read more fantasy series and books, if you get what I mean. Like, I've read fantasy, but now I fully want to read in the fantasy genre, because the other fantasy books I've read have been more like partly fantasy, I believe. But I want to read fantasy, like God tier fantasy. And what better way to kick off this list than with Brandon Sanderson? I always call him Brandon Sanderson for some reason, but it's Brandon Sanderson. I want to read the Stormlight Archive because I read the Mistborn Era 1 series in 2021 and I was in awe. I absolutely loved it. And now I want to try and tackle The Way of Kings and the other 3 books that are out that are down there on my shelf that I can't fully remember. But I want to read the Stormlight Archive. I just need to read them, I think. From what my understanding is, the Stormlight Archive series is his best work so far, which would make sense because it is his newest work. But The Way of Kings, I know, has lots of fantasy awards and meant to be his cherry on top of the cake book. The only annoying thing is the actual size that I have, because it's a small size, but I'm not going to pay any more money because it's ridiculous. The next series that I want to talk about is also by Brandon Sanderson, and that would be the second Mistborn series, Era 2. I don't actually know. I think it's called the Wax and Wane series, I believe. And I know the next installment is coming out this year, so I need to catch up. But this is also set in the world of Mistborn. I know it's not with a Mistborn cast, but I do believe that Sazed will appear in one way or another. If you know the ending of Hero of Ages, then you'll get what I mean. If you don't, then you're going to have to read them or Google it, which is less good. But what are your thoughts on the ending of Hero of Ages? I haven't really talked to anyone about it, but I absolutely loved it. I didn't think it could end it any other way. It made me so upset, but it made me very happy at the same time because I was like, oh, that's amazing. I was kind of annoyed also in Hero of Ages that I didn't figure it out, but that's how I know it's a good book. But I really want to read Mistborn Era 2 this year because, like I said, Mistborn Era 1 was amazing. It was so good. I really want to read the Poppy War series this year because many of my friends have read it. It is immensely popular in any book platform. I just need to read it. I know that it's very dark. I know it's very grim, but I am so ecstatic and so excited to read it. I just can't wait. I've got all of them. You just can't see it, but they're here. I just need to read them. I've seen so many good fan art, so many reviews. I haven't spoiled myself yet, but I need to know because I read the first page and it really made me laugh in a weird way because it says take your clothes off and that just made me cackle a bit. But another series that I want to read, well, trilogy. Is it trilogy a series? I feel like it is. But that would be the Green Bone Saga by Fonda Lee. I really want to read these. And I've said that for about a year now because I've been aware of them for ages. And I just really want to read them. I don't know, if I don't read these in 2022, I'll be so disappointed in myself. Especially because it's a nice floppy paperback, which is very rare in England. But I really want to see the hype about the Green Bone Saga. And this has loads of awards, like the Nebulous Awards. And what's the other one? Locus. I just need to read them because they sound fascinating to me. So the next trilogy that I want to read, but I know it's not going to be a trilogy because the Threads of Power, is A Dark Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've slowly become a V.E. Schwab stan, minus the ending of Vengeful. I didn't really get it. It just didn't make sense to me why it was like that. And I'm annoyed at Vengeful because this is a complete tangent, but I'm going to speak my mind. The ending of Vengeful didn't make sense to me, but the story of Vengeful didn't really make sense to me. Did really like Marcella and the shapeshifter, but I forgot her name. But on the blurb, it said this was the biggest climax of Eli and Victor, but they didn't really meet until 100 pages near the end, and they didn't really have this like big fight that I wanted them to have, which was very annoying. But I still liked it. Vicious is my favourite out of the two. But I know Victorious is going to get written. But back to the Darkest Shade of Magic itself. I really want to read these because they're like a staple in modern fantasy. Neil Gaiman really likes them, so does Deborah Harkness, who did a Discovery Witches, which I also want to read, but I don't know if I'll get to them this year. but I read the first chapter and it had me hooked. I'm very interested in Kel's Coat and Delilah Bard. I also know it's going to get an adaptation, which is even more exciting. The last series I'm going to talk about is probably the most infamous on the list. It's probably one of the oldest series that I own. Probably one of the longest I'll ever read is the mammoth, the 15-book series, The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and towards the end, Brandon Sanderson. So really, Brandon Sanderson has been on this list 3 times, but oh well. I bought these, well, this one. I have the other 4 because of the Amazon show. The annoying thing about these covers are that they all have the Amazon sticker on, but I'm going to have to bite the bullet there because all the other editions are incredibly expensive. But basically, I really want to read Wheel of Time because I'm head over my heels for the show. I very much like Moraine, Sazai, Egwene, and Nynaeve. They're my 3 favourites. I don't really care about the others that much, but I think I'm kind of warming up to Perrin and Rand. I really did like Matt as well. I very much want to read Wheel of Time this year. I want to read the whole 15 of them, which is a challenge within itself because they're all about 800 pages. But I'm up for the task. I am ready. I really want to read these. Like I've said probably like 5 times now for about every book. But The Wheel of Time seems like a series that I have to read. And I want to read, if you get what I mean. To understand fantasy, I feel like you need to read some of the classics, like Lord of the Rings and a few of the other ones. But Wheel of Time fascinates me, especially with the Ouroboros, the snake. The wheel weaves as the wheel wants. I just need to read them. I'm very interested in the Dark One and Morality, especially in Wheel of Time because it's 15 books. But those were the books that I want to, book series that I want to read, specifically fantasy, in 2022. Thank you for watching. Please tell me your thoughts on these books and what books you want to read in 2022 and your thoughts on these books, because I'm very interested because I haven't read any of them yet and I need to know other people's thoughts. My next YouTube video I'm actually very excited for because I'm going to have to start filming relatively soon. It's going to be the If We Were Villains reading vlog. I teased it on my Instagram story. I was like, should I do it? And I got tremendous feedback from it saying I should do it and I need to film it while I'm doing it. So that'll be If We Were Villains reading vlog for the next YouTube video. So thank you all for watching. A new YouTube video should be up once a week or maybe more if I have time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you didn't like, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.